I see some people are still joining in. This is Ramanuj from 𝘁𝘁, and today we are going to talk about how to build your track record as a lawyer in IP law, but not just IP law. To be honest, in anything at all, you can follow the same process. And hi Shivaji, hi Akshata. So great, Akshata, you have already enrolled in the TAMU law course. That's awesome. So you'll find this very useful today's session, right? And we are going to talk about some very important things today, especially, we are going to talk about how to build a track record in IP law, okay, and how you can establish yourself as a thought leader in the area of IP law. But again, I'm telling you that it's not just IP law, it's the same process you can follow in any given field of law, honestly, to establish yourself as a thought leader, to build your track record and set yourself up, basically. Okay, so this is very, very important. The stuff we are going to talk about would make a big difference. I'm just pulling up our presentation for the day. Just 1 second. Oh, there are a lot of slides today, by the way. Today is going to be very interesting. I've been really looking forward to this. All right, so how to start building your track record as an IP lawyer and a thought leader, right? How do you get started? So one thing is that I want all of you to keep engaging with me throughout, and please post your questions in the chat box. I will keep checking the chat box continuously so that I can see if there are any interesting questions and anything that I can help you with, right? So I will, as we proceed through the session, I will continuously take up questions that I find relevant and I'll respond to it. So it's very important. Those of you who have already been attending my sessions before know this is how we do it. So, that continues, right? All right, so let's get started. Let me see if there is anything in the chat. Very good. A lot of good questions. Rohit is asking, I want to know from the side of earning what is best in your view, intellectual property lawyer or corporate lawyer? It's like you can make money in both. It's like asking who earns more money, cricketers or footballers. Okay. Top cricketers make a lot of money. Top footballers make a lot of money. Yeah. If you're bad at both, if you are playing in the gully cricket and gully football, you don't make money. Yeah. I hope that answers your question, Rohit. IP lawyer from Ajmer, Farhan, fantastic. Very good. I mean, it's quite hard to make a career as an IP lawyer from a small city, right? I would love to know your story and what kind of work you do and how you are managing to run a practice from there. It must be a very interesting story, right, Farhan? In that case, top lawyers make a more. Yeah, so if you're a good lawyer in any area, you make a lot of money. I would say IP law is really rising right now. It's an upcoming area simply because IP is becoming more important. There is more formalization of businesses. In fact, I will share an article with you towards the end. Remind me, I'll share an article with you about how there are new trends in IP law, especially after the pandemic and lockdown. IP has become even more important. Trademark has become even more important than it was before. So we'll talk about that. Okay, I found finally. There are new trends in IP law. Great. So let's get started with our discussion today. Jagannath is asking to start an IP practice, which is better option after LLB or LLM in IPR? You can do an LLM in IPR, but it will make no difference to your practice. Okay. Okay. So I don't want to answer random questions. Let's get started with our today's discussion. Try to ask questions related to today's topic. Okay. You want to make money, you want to get jobs, you want to find opportunities. This is relevant today, right? LLM will not help, but what I'm going to talk about today will help 100 times more than any LLM or any course will ever help you. Okay, so pay attention. So you guys answer this question. Are you interested in building your career as an IP lawyer? Yes or no? You want to build your career as an IP lawyer? Yeah. So just say yes, so that I'm sure. But I'm guessing if you are here in the session, okay, then you probably want to be, you are interested in IP law. Why will you come here otherwise, right? Now, what stops you? Like, I just think of it that I want to be an IP lawyer, but what is stopping you? What is stopping you from getting the jobs you want, right? So for example, you want a job in a good law firm, you want a job in a place where they will pay you at least 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees per month for the work you'll do. What is stopping you from getting that job? Okay. Why are you not getting some clients to kickstart your practice? So some of you maybe you need more clients, right? But why are you not getting the client? Why are you not getting the kind of, maybe you're getting some clients, but not getting really great clients who will pay you a lot of money. Maybe you're not getting MNC clients. So what is stopping you from getting the very best clients? Okay. Why are you not getting referral work from other lawyers? Okay. So Kshitij is saying that is because you don't have the relevant skills. Now that's very interesting. Even if you have, imagine for a moment that you have all the skills you need, and you're still not getting referrals, you're still not getting clients, you're still not getting jobs. Why? Okay. So Shambhavi, you're saying I don't have the knowledge, maybe I don't have a CV. Imagine you have the knowledge. Why are you still not getting the job? Why? It is not, having the knowledge, I'm sorry, is not enough to get the job. Okay. Somebody is really obsessed about IPLLM. IPLLM will not help you. Imagine that you have IPLLM and you're still not getting the job. Why are you not getting the job? If getting an LLM in IP was a solution to getting a job problem, then it would be much different. The world will be so different. But it is not. Okay, so Kshitij is saying that with networking, connection, okay. How to build my own hustle? Sure, it's okay. Some people want to do jobs, some people want to build their own practice. I will tell you what I'll tell you will help you in both. So, I'm not going to tell you only about getting jobs today. I'm going to tell you about something that will help you in no matter what you do. Okay, Rishabh? Okay. So why are you not getting a job? Why are you not getting clients? Why are you not getting referral work from other lawyers? And okay, so if you couldn't find the answer, I'm giving you some more questions. Okay, it's not just network. It is not about network. Why you don't have a network? Okay, why is network very hard to build for you right now? Okay, what do clients want to see before they hire you? Okay, most of the clients are not in a position to evaluate your knowledge or skills. Okay, what do they want to see before they hire you? This is the question. Think about it. Giving seminars in organizations will help in building IT business. Sure, I agree with you. But why would it help? What would happen that it would help? What would make judges trust your arguments more? Like, there are these senior counsels. What do they have that judges are willing to give them a leeway, willing to listen to them for a longer time, and so on? What would make other lawyers reach out to you for your advice? You need to have a reputation. Okay. So do you guys have a reputation? Do you have a reputation? If you think you have a reputation, say yes. If you don't have a reputation, say no. Let's be honest. right? Do you have a reputation or not? If you think you don't have a reputation, then you are wrong. You have a reputation. But the reputation is that, oh, there's nothing remarkable about this person, right? If you think, yeah, sure, just a small infant in this field, something like that, right? Not nobody to pay attention to, like not paying not worth any attention. That is a reputation you have, that this person is not worth it. If you don't have a reputation, like, and what is the kind of reputation you want to build, right? So I'll give you an example. If you have handled a lot of similar matters before, it is easier to bag the next client, is it not? So for example, if I've handled a lot of trademark disputes, then will it not be easier for next client to trust me and give me a trademark dispute matter? If I have handled a lot of patent invalidation matters, will it be not, like, people will look for me, right? So if you have handled a lot of similar matters before, it is easier to bag the next client. But when you have no experience, it is very hard to get that first client. Okay. Now there is a clue in this. What is the difference in these two people? It's not just reputation. There is something. There is something that creates reputation. Experience. I will use a different word, not experience. I will use the word track record, the phrase track record. When you have a track record, many people have experience, but they don't have track record. There are people who are practicing for the last 30 years, but their track record is bad. So they may have experience, but they don't have a good track record. Then will clients come to them? No. Clients will come to somebody who is practicing only for 5 years, but has a great track record. When you have a great track record, everything becomes a lot easier. What do people see when they Google your name? Just think about it. This is one example, right? Do you know what people see when they Google your name? Just Google yourself. Google yourself. When is the last time you have Googled your name? For some of you, if you Google your name, there is nothing in the first page that is related to you. Okay? So there are other people with similar name or same name have stuff. Now imagine a client is considering hiring you. Are they going to Google your name or not? What do you think? If you are hiring a lawyer, will you Google their name? Even before going on a date, you Google the person, right? Who's this person I'm going to meet? So if you are going to spend 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, they're at least going to try and see who this person is. Is there something about this person online? And what will they see? For example, you are saying that, oh, I am doing trademark cases all the time. I live, breathe, eat trademark. But they Google you and they don't find anything about you and trademark. How does it reflect on you? Okay. So what do people see when they Google your name? Just Google once and check if you haven't Googled yourself today. Google yourself and check. And it is a reality check of where you stand. What will people say? And just think that you are a client and you're ready to hire this person whose name you are Googling. Okay, you are ready to hire that person for 10,000 rupees to, let's say, to draft something. But from what you are seeing, are you going to be willing to hire them? Okay. 𝘁𝗵𝗍 is saying, but sir, if our LinkedIn account is up to date, the client wouldn't see that. Maybe the client will see it. Maybe he will not see. I don't know. Does it show up? If I Google 𝘁𝗵𝗍, does the LinkedIn profile show up? And seeing it is not enough. It is not like college that, oh, I have appeared for my Viva. Oh, I have at least attempted the question, so I will get 2 marks. No, it's not like that, right? Is he going to be impressed by what he sees? Right, Kshitij? So will the potential client be impressed by what he or she sees? What will people say if a potential client tries to inquire about you from them? Like, you have your, let's say, you are from, I am from NUJS, I graduated from NUJS, and somebody reaches out to people at NUJS, teachers, professors, alumni. What will they say about me? Will they say good things about me, bad things about me? Will they say, oh, who's that person? I don't even remember. I don't even know that guy. What will they say? If you're practicing in, I don't know, Indore, if I ask other lawyers in Indore, will they know your name? Will they say, yes, this guy does a lot of trademark work, pretty good? Or will they say that, ye kaun hai, suna hi nahi hai? Or will they say that, oh, that guy, oh, I'm not sure you should go to that guy? Your track record determines many of these things. See, one person may lie about you, but if I go and ask 5 people, will 5 people all say the same thing? If they all say the same thing, I'll start believing it. You need to build a track record. How many of you realize at this point that you need to build a track record, but you have not even started? If you have not even started, just write not started. If you have started, write started. I want to see how many of you have not even started. Good. So some of you have started. Meenakshi has started. Meenakshi, how are you? What are you doing to build your track record? Please share if you do not mind. Meenakshi, you have mentioned that you have started already. Please share a few maybe bullet points. Okay. Most of you are admitting that you have not started, which is very good. By the way, all progress starts from admitting where we are not succeeding, from admitting where we are deficient. If we pretend that we are succeeding when we are not, that's really, really bad. Okay. Meenakshi, I'm waiting for your response. I keep telling about it to each person. About what to what person? I am like, just be clear, like, just give me bullet points that, okay, these are the 1, 2, 3 things I'm doing to build my track record. Just, it will help me in the session also. And it will be a great example for the other people. Okay, great. So you're going to talk about how to build a great track record today, as you can guess. But this is a good place to start from, where we are realizing that, look, this is so important, but I have not even started. Okay. Before we start, let's talk about, and you realize that if you don't start and you don't work on your track record, there is no hope. Like, you will have a very mediocre success, if at all, right? Without a track record, you are not really going to succeed. Most people are believing, it's a really funny thing, that most people are believing that if I keep practicing and I keep working, automatically my track record will get created. I don't know about that. I think if you are not building track record actively, and I am actively building track record, I'm thinking about this and I'm working on it, I'm spending time on it, I'm spending money on it, I am actively trying to build my track record, and you are just thinking, "Arey, jo hoga hoga ho jayega." Who do you think is going to build a better track record? What do you think? Imagine you are saying that, anyway, I'll try to do the best work possible, and I am actually working on properly building a track record systematically. Who do you think is going to win? Let that be a question that you think about. as we talk about how it is possible to build your track record consciously, systematically, step by step. We are going to talk about that today, right? Step by step, how can you build that track record? So what does a great track record look like, right? This is an important question. So I'm a member of various associations like MMA. I offer presentation to MSME. I tell my friends I have become a senior attorney. Very good, Meenakshi, amazing. So you are actually spending some time regularly on, making sure that there is an outreach, that people hear about you, that people know about you, and you are doing it in a very ethical way. So fantastic. Okay, you are right, it takes time. Yes, Meenakshi, it takes time. Let's continue. Now see, today you will find some new ways of building your track record which will give you short results. Okay, so definitely a lot of professional success, such as winning many difficult matters, working in large deals, representing the rich and famous. Imagine you are a lawyer for Salman Khan. Sure, people will be like, oh, if you are lawyer for Salman Khan, then you must be very good. It gives you automatic track record and credibility, right? However, nobody has these things at the beginning of their career. If you're starting your career, or you are a young lawyer, or even if you may have practiced for a few years, it's not necessary that you are going to have these things right in the beginning of your career. Still, it is possible to build a track record, and we are going to talk about how. What are those things that you can do now? What I keep talking about as a principle is that we must focus on what we have control over and not worry about things that we don't have control over, because there will always be things that are outside, completely outside our control, right? So what are those things that we can control about building our track record right now, no matter what situation we are in? Okay, one thing that we can take care of is good publications, right? This is one example, and this is just the beginning. Don't worry, I'm going to give you even better stuff, but just think about some ways. Sure, it is not possible for us to start representing celebrities. Why will they hire us? It is not possible for us that we start, doing the most complicated, most, high profile matters in the court, or we just start participating in the most high profile deals from the beginning. But can we write amazing articles and publish? Is it possible? Yes or no? Can we write the most useful articles and publish? Like my friend Tariq Khan, for example, he has been writing really great articles on bar and bench, live law, and such places. Just one second. I need to find my laptop charger. So he writes a lot of articles, and very simple articles, honestly, I'll say, like, for example, the 50 most important decisions by the Supreme Court on arbitration law in India. Now everybody wants to read this because, it's all the digest in the same place, or the 50 most important decisions on IBC, and so on, right? This is one, and it's not like that is the only way to write good publications, but you can write very good content which people want to read, find very useful in your area of practice, and publish them on recognized platforms, recognizable platforms. One big problem is that if you publish, let's say, just on your LinkedIn profile, okay, you know what is the problem with that? Because somebody who reads your article there is not sure about the quality. But if you publish it in a newspaper, the Hindu, or on a well-known blog, where I can see many other articles, many other people writing, then I would really, it will be easier to trust the content, right? So Pranab Sethi is saying, I wrote one on domestic violence during the pandemic. Very good. So if you are looking to build a practice around domestic violence cases, if you're looking to build a practice around family law matters, then you will surely write such articles, and it can be very, very useful to regularly do so. How to publish articles on IP laws. We'll come to that later, Kshitij. Don't worry about it right now. But understand this process that writing an article, for example, can actually help you to create a track record. Because you know what will happen when people Google you, they will see that these articles are there. If you Google my name, you will be able to see some of the articles I have written. It will come up on the Google search. Okay. And we can even share our publications on our LinkedIn profile, Twitter profile. We can tweet about it, so all our connections will see all our. So that is another way. Another way is that if you are mentioned in media, or if you're appearing in a TV debate, or you are being interviewed by another YouTube channel, forget TV and stuff. Today, there is all kind of media, including social media. If you are getting talked about on social media, even if you are giving an interview on somebody's YouTube channel, which has lot of viewers. For example, 𝘆𝘶IKHO YouTube channel has more than 40,000 subscribers. And if you do a webinar with us, then a lot of people will see your webinar, most probably, and it would make a big difference, right? So media mentions and appearances, sure, it is even better if you can appear in a good TV channel, then more people will know you, more people will see you. So media mentions and appearances. And not only that, then if you Google my name, say I was on NDTV once or twice on some different discussions. So now if you Google my name, you'll be able to see those videos. It will come up, right? So media mentions and appearances makes a great difference. Good online presences and good online presence and following, right? So if you are claiming to be a very good lawyer for family law, or a very good lawyer in securities law, or a very good lawyer in IP law, then when I see a good online presence, for example, you are writing and tweeting and posting about IP law, okay, are you posting links to your articles, and are other people engaging with it? For example, if you're posting and nobody's saying anything, I don't know but how good you are, but if I see that you have posted something and hundreds of other people are engaging with what you're posting, commenting, congratulating, agreeing, disagreeing, debating, whatever, but if there is a lot of engagement, it gives me confidence that probably what you are saying is relevant to the industry. Yes or no? Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? If you are with me so far, just say yes. If you are having difficulty in understanding anything, say no. Then I can explain. Jagannath is saying you're not. What are you not able to understand, Jagannath? What I am saying is that you need to build a good track record. One of the ways is to have a good online presence and online following, because when you are imagine that you're an IP lawyer, right, and you want clients to come to you, and the client is before giving you work, the client is checking how much you really know, or they're trying to do some due diligence on you before they give you the work. They Google your name and they see that there is nothing that you have written about trademark law. Is that very convincing? No. But they Google you and they see that you are regularly writing about trademark on your Twitter, on your LinkedIn. Maybe you have some YouTube videos about it, you have done webinars on it, and there is a lot of content online. Okay. Will that, and not only, say for example, you are tweeting about it and many people are coming and commenting on it. Maybe they are agreeing, maybe they are disagreeing, but they are commenting on it. Or many people are congratulating. So what signal does it send? That okay, what you are saying is relevant to other people. On the other hand, you have posted but nobody is responding to it. Nobody is saying anything about it. what signal does that send? That, okay, whatever you are saying is, no, people are ignoring you, right? So it's probably not relevant. So if you want to, one way to build a track record is to have online presence and following. Choosing a small and emerging niche, okay? So if you take up something and you want to have a track record. Now imagine that I try to build a track record as a criminal lawyer. It will be very, very hard because there are so many good criminal lawyers out there and they have much better track record than I have. But if I take a new area of law where there is no competition, for example, I can take, let's say, alcohol law, like regulation of alcohol companies in India, or gambling laws, gaming laws, or some small niche like that, sports law, blockchain, sure, like you taking a small niche, and then I say that, look, I am an expert on this. Now, rest of the lawyers are not saying they're expert on this because this is too small for them. They are focusing on big areas. For example, a lot of lawyers are focusing on cyber law, but I am focusing only on data protection law. When you are taking a small and emerging niche, AI lawyer, sure, you can say, I mean, you just have to make sure before you say all these things that there is enough market for this, there is enough work for you, and you can make a living out of it, right? But what happens when you choose a small and emerging niche is that it becomes easier for you to establish your expertise and establish your track record. I can give you an example. When I was in my 5th year, there was a first year law student in my college, okay? And I love to tell this story. His name was 𝘁𝗁𝗿𝗁, and Jay had written one article on gambling laws. When I read that article, I said, very good. You can surely publish this in a, you wanted to publish it in NUJS Law Review. I said, sure, you can publish it in a journal. It's good. But here is my advice. You should start a blog on gambling laws and it will be very successful. And I helped him to start the blog and we together started a blog. I wrote a few articles. He wrote more articles than I did. And soon, everyone in the gambling industry was reading this. We were only law students, right? But when we started a blog and started writing, because we were writing sensible stuff and the correct law, a lot of people from around the world, around India, started, industry people who are running casinos, people who are running online gaming sites, they started reading that and they started talking to us. They started offering us consultancy work and so on, right? Now, Jay continued to do that. But, you know, after 1 year, I left. I graduated. Anyway, this was a side thing for me. I was not that much interested. Jay was much more interested in this. He continued to do it. And soon, Times of India was quoting him as a gambling law expert. When he was just a 2nd year, 3rd year law student, Times of India was quoting him as a gambling law expert. Guess why? Because there was no bigger gambling law expert in the market. They needed to quote an expert and they found a law student and were ready to quote. Why? Because gambling law was such a small niche. They don't have a choice. If there was a more famous lawyer, they would have gone to that famous lawyer, not to Jay. So this is what happens when, you know, you are in a small and emerging niche where there are not many other lawyers. Then people take you and as an expert, and you are able to build track record much faster than if you take a very crowded, established area of practice. Does this make sense? 𝘁𝗁𝗿𝗁, right? That's the right person. You can see 𝘁𝗁𝗿𝗁, 𝘁𝗁𝗿𝗁. He later on sold the blog that we had started called G Laws. He sold it later on, many years later. He sold it to some Maltese company. But that is what happens, right? You know, a small thing became very big. But why it became big? Because this is also like, is creating a track record is easy when you take that kind of a blue ocean niche where there are not too many people, nobody is writing about it, nobody is doing anything about it. Then it becomes that easy for you to establish yourself for a track record. Okay. Another thing, many people who owe you for your help and they are ready to say good things about you, right? You have helped many people already. And believe me, wherever, whether you do good thing to people, bad thing to people, there's a talk about you in the market. People love to talk about others, especially some people. They love to talk about others, and you have an image in the community, in the legal fraternity, in the city, in the area. There is an image. Most people have the image is that, yeah, he doesn't matter, he's zero, doesn't matter if he's there, doesn't not there, doesn't matter. But that is something that you need to break free from and establish a good image where people are ready to say good things about you. That is a positive brand. For you to have that, you must have helped a lot of people and they are all saying good things about you. It is important, right? So many people who owe you for your help is very important. And then another thing that really builds reputation first, track record quickly, is third party endorsements. Are there other people who are saying that Parshav is a great AI lawyer? I don't know. Pranav is fantastic at criminal law, whatever, I don't know. But third party endorsements, people who are, for example, Times of India quoting 𝘁𝗁𝗿𝗁 as a gambling law expert, right? That makes a big difference. Like somebody is saying that this person is doing a great job, right? So third party endorsements make a huge difference in building your track record, and this is something that you work to get. Okay. So now I have given you some ideas about how to get track record, right? I hope you are clear till here, but you must be thinking that ये सब तो ठीक है, all this is good, but how do I get started? How will I begin? Are you thinking that? Do you want to know how do I get? Are you thinking how do I get started? Then say yes. If this is not the question, then tell me what questions you have at this point. Okay, what about the rest? There is about, I think, 5-6 of you have responded. The rest of the people are quiet. So are you guys here? If you are here, just say yes or no or whatever. Okay, great. So let's get to the next stage of today's webinar, right? So it is very important to create a daily routine. Okay, if you want to build a track record, you have to build a daily routine. What is very important here is the word daily. Okay, it has to be daily. You have to create a daily routine of building track record. If you do that, then slowly but surely you will build a phenomenal track record, much more than most people never work on building a track record. This is not a part of the legal culture, but that's good for you. You don't have to worry about the whole industry, right? You have to just worry about yourself, and which is why it is very, very important, and it will give you tremendous competitive advantage if you work on creating your track record as a matter of daily routine. Okay, there are 3 things you have to do as a matter of habit. Okay, remember, this has to become a habit. Knowledge creation. Okay, this is very simple. Knowledge creation. What is an example of knowledge creation? Okay, we'll come to that, but remember 3 things. Number 1 is knowledge creation. Okay, we'll explore this. Okay, what is knowledge creation as per you guys? What is knowledge creation? Give me an example of creating knowledge creation. Saurabh Bansal is saying writing blogs. Yes, writing blogs is knowledge creation, but that is one way of knowledge creation. What else can you think of? People who are watching this on YouTube, please respond in the live chat. What are the examples of knowledge creation you can think of? 𝗀𝗲𝗰𝗴, creating videos on YouTube. 𝘊𝗵𝗔, solving a problem for someone. Videos on YouTube, yes. Solving a problem for someone is not a knowledge creation. You have to create some new knowledge. It can be compiling some information. It can be doing an analysis on a new law. It can be interpretation of existing laws and conveying through articles in a very simple way that people can easily understand. Very good, Nidhi. Creating a lot of content online, Saurabh is saying. Sure. I mean, it's not about the degree, lot or less, but it's about, we're talking about what is knowledge creation. Okay. Knowledge creation is what? Once you said to sell your knowledge, I don't understand. Giving opinions on recent judgments is another way of doing it. So yes, you can write articles. Yes, you can create videos. You can do a question answer session somewhere. Okay. But content, knowledge creation, you are creating knowledge that can be disseminated. Very important. That it is in a hosting webinars. Very good. Hosting webinars. Making podcasts. Okay. Research is a part of knowledge creation. Very good, Pranav. Okay. So what I'm suggesting is that you set aside time every single day to explore new dimensions of whatever you're doing. So it can be whatever area you're practicing. Let's say you're practicing criminal law, or you're practicing gambling laws, or you're practicing, I don't know, IP law, trademark, patent, whatever it is. Set aside time every day to explore new dimensions of it and learn things that you do not already know. So continuous learning is a part of knowledge creation. You cannot create new knowledge if you are not acquiring new knowledge. Okay. Example of content creation, Instagram live, very good. But you have to remember that if you really want to create knowledge, you have to keep learning. The more inputs you give yourself, more you'll be able to create. Spend time writing articles or creating videos or whatever it is, doing webinars, whatever, right? But spend time or recording podcasts. So the idea is that every day you spend time. I recommend writing articles or video because, it's not complicated. Even if you're going to record a podcast, probably you have to write down what you're going to say. So you are creating in a format that can be edited, that can be upgraded. So every day you must have a time that you spend learning and then creating, writing articles, creating videos, whatever it is. You need to have a time set aside every single day as a matter of routine, as a matter of habit. It is very hard in the beginning. If you try to write articles every day or do videos every day, it will be very hard in the beginning. I can guarantee that. Okay. But this has to become a habit, not some one-off project. Okay. A project is like, oh, once in a while, right? But that is not enough. It has to become a daily habit. Think of the difference between brushing every day. You brush your teeth in the morning. Think of the difference between brushing your teeth every day and visiting the dentist twice a year. What is the difference? Visiting the dentist twice a year is like a project, right? But what is a habit? Brushing your teeth every day is a habit. So content creation needs to be a habit, not a one-off project. Most people do content creation like it is a one-off project. They are not even trying to create a habit. They are simply trying to, they're thinking, their mindset is that content creation is a project. How many of you think of writing an article or doing a webinar as a project and not a habit? Just say project or habit. If you think of it like a project, write project in the chat. If you already think of it as a habit, that okay, I have to build a habit. Maybe you don't have the habit, but you are trying to build a habit, or you're thinking that yes, I need to develop this as a habit. Then write habit. Kapil said creating FAQs. Yeah, that also. Somebody said rabbit. Habit, I understand. How can it be rabbit? Till now project. Kshitij is saying it is a habit. Very good. So explain. If somebody has this as a habit, what do you do? Explain. Andavi, thinking of it as a project, trying to build a habit. Habit. So those of you who are saying habit, what is the habit? Can you just Also write in 1 bullet point or 2 bullet points, what habit have you developed? Or if it is just a mindset, you can say it's a mindset, but not in reality yet, whatever you can say so. It should be a habit, only then we can stay afloat on the ocean of internet. Very good song. Habit. It should be daily rituals, discipline. Very good. Write about all daily issues or judgments in your own words to make it come true in our daily routine. Okay. Paridhi is saying, I used to watch your webinars almost daily. That's great, but that's a habit of consuming, not a habit of creating. You have to differentiate. Okay, you also have to have a habit of learning, that you're learning from other people. But at the same time, you need to have a habit of creating as well. Should do without specific effort to practice. Yeah, it should not be, it should, if you develop a habit, it will become your second nature. It will happen automatically. Like to brush your teeth, you don't have to master your courage, and you don't have to think so much, because you just do it every day. Like that, you should become a habit. You should develop a habit of content creation, knowledge creation. It is a very critical aspect of being a thought leader, of having a good reputation. Very fast, early in your life, you can build this. Okay. Knowledge dissemination. The second point. One is knowledge creation. The second is knowledge dissemination. We are going to talk about now. Your opinion. Okay, so when you write something, you'll have an opinion. Arey, ye acha hai, ye acha nahi hai. This is good enough to publish. This is not good enough to publish. Your opinion on how good or bad the content is not relevant. I was a poet once upon a time, and I used to write a lot of poems every day. Okay. And what I learned over a period of time is that my opinion on how good or bad the poem is irrelevant. What I thought is a very good poem, nobody liked it in the market, and a lot of times I'll think, oh, this poem is really bad, but people really liked it. So anybody who creates content should realize, you should have a judgment of what is good, what is bad. But at the same time, that judgment, we have to let it be guided by the marketplace. Your opinion on how good or bad the content is not relevant. We have to taste things in the market. We have to taste. You might have a judgment, not a problem, but our judgment has to evolve and come closer to what people in the market thinks. There is no point being egoistic here, that no, my judgment is better than everyone's, right? Because you are trying to have a reputation. You are trying to build a track record. So it is important that people are approving what you're doing. It's like making a movie. If your movie is a flop, but it is a great piece of art, like 𝘁𝗿𝗄𝗏, it's not good enough. You will be out of business, right? You have to be in business. For that, you have to succeed with the public. So we have to taste whatever we are creating in the market. Please suspend your judgment on what is good and what is bad after you create content. After you create something, do not use your judgment. Suspend your judgment. Okay, the feedback we get from people is the most important ingredient of improvement. So we have to, even if we think it is bad, even if we think it is good, we have to not think too much, and we have to put it out in the market. And we have to get feedback from people. And this is where many of you will still create the content. Maybe half of you would be very lazy and not do anything, but half of you will start creating knowledge, or as a matter of habit. But it will not be enough. No results will come unless you start disseminating that knowledge. And what is the easiest way to disseminate knowledge today? LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, social media, right? Blog, podcast, whatever. But the point is that we have to get feedback from the market easily. So you may not start making a podcast or a big YouTube video First, you may want to just test it out. Maybe you have 2,000 friends on Facebook. Maybe you have 3,000, maybe you have 5,000. But what you will do is that you'll post what you are writing. Like, let's say you have written something. You can, just test it out by giving it to the public, that how they are reacting. And if they are reacting positively, you know that this might work. A lot of times before actually doing a webinar, I will just put out the idea on my Twitter and see how people are reacting. If people are not reacting to it, maybe it's not worth creating more content over it. But if people are really reacting very well, then maybe I should go ahead with it. Sometimes I post things on LinkedIn and try to gauge the market, and I'm always trying to understand how people are thinking, what is important to them, what they care about, because that gives me insights on how to create what I'm creating and where to focus. The feedback we get from people is the most important ingredient of improvement. The most likely feedback, if you're not good, is silence and complete lack of attention. Most of you will be afraid, oh my God, if I publish something bad, people will laugh at me, people will bully me, people will shame me publicly, and there will be like complete, people will not talk to me, people will think I'm an idiot. None of those things are going to happen. Worst case scenario is people are going to completely ignore that, right? People are not going to respond. If people are responding even negatively, it is better than people completely ignoring, because that is the fate of 99% content in the world, that nobody cares about it, nobody responds to it, nobody says anything about it, because it is boring, because it is irrelevant, because it has no importance at all. That is the problem. That is the fate you want to avoid, right? So most of the time, initially, people will ignore it. Bad feedback is not a public shaming or people outraging about how bad your content is. Although that is what novice content creators expect and fear in the beginning. Oh my God, what people will say when they see my video, when they see my blog, they'll say how, oh my God, it will ruin my reputation. You have no reputation to start with, okay? So don't get ahead of yourself. Put it out there. If you're not, people will ignore it. Take it down. If you got no response in 1 week, take it down, no problem. Nobody will notice, nobody will remember, okay? But sometimes if you keep trying once, twice, 10 times, 20 times, I don't know, after trying how much, you will start getting it right and you will see some traction, even by sheer chance. Okay, one thing is that you see what is working for other people and you can learn from that. The other thing is that you will start getting it right. You will see traction. You will see people engaging, people liking, people sharing, people commenting on it. And then you realize that, oh, this is working. When you see traction, you have to learn from what worked. Okay, something worked here. What worked? And you need to do more of what worked. Okay. So this is the first part we discussed, knowledge creation. Second was knowledge dissemination, sharing it with people and seeing their reaction and learning from it. And if you keep posting regularly, it will make a huge difference. Now I'm going to talk about the third aspect, and it is very, very important and very, very critical. That is community building. You can build a community around your content, and that is what you are trying to do here. It is very important to find your tribe. You cannot do this alone. If you really want to build a track record, you want to build a reputation, you want to be a thought leader, it is not possible to do it alone. You have to build a community around you. You have to find your tribe. Okay? Other people like you. Let's say you are very passionate about trademark laws. There are other people like you around the world who are passionate about trademark laws. You are very passionate about patent. There are other people in the world who are passionate about patent laws. Can you connect with them? It is very important to find your tribe. You cannot do this alone. However, your content is like a beacon and will attract people who enjoy this content, who can relate to this content, who find this important, those people will be attracted by the content as you keep posting, not right in the beginning, right? In the beginning, it will be very slow, but it will start attracting as you keep posting consistently. Such people will begin to find you and they will start coming and will be attracted by that content. Okay. Community building is very slow in the beginning, but as you progress, everything will accelerate. Here is, I'll give you a very simple funda how to do this. Find people who have the same interest. For example, who are the other people in the world on Twitter, on LinkedIn, who are also interested in patent? What are they posting on? One is that you post frequently. Maybe you are posting thrice a day, 5 times a day on your Twitter feed, on your LinkedIn feed. Yes, 3 times, 5 times a day you should be posting, not once a day. Okay, 3 times, 5 times a day. And not only you post that many times, you also 5 times in a day you go and interact with the other people who are also posting on the same thing. Because if you post on their post, you comment on their post, you interact with their post, they will also take notice, because this is community building. You have to connect with people. 5 times a day you post, 5 times a day you interact. Community building is very slow in the beginning, but as you progress, everything will accelerate. Initially, it will be slow, so slow, like nothing is happening. And then soon it will become so fast that, oh my God, what is going on? It is moving too fast. You might be uncomfortable that things are happening too fast. That happens later if you keep doing it. Do not expect things to be slow forever, although that is how it feels like in the beginning. Your tribe will not only consume your content but amplify it. Very soon, all these people, you will be amplifying their content, but they'll start amplifying what you are, the knowledge you are creating and disseminating. They will amplify all these as well. Your audience and your community will compound. You understand the rule of compound interest? Compounding happens even in audience, and in when you're building a community, compounding happens. Who knows here what is compounding? Why is compounding important? Can anybody say? In the chat, please, quickly. People who are on YouTube, anybody here who are watching this live on YouTube, can you tell me in the chat what is compounding? Power of duplication. No, it's not duplication. Multiplying. No. Taking small steps. So, it is compound interest, and compounding generally was called the 8th wonder in the world. Okay. So, an example of compounding is, the story that one sadhu, okay, one monk told the king said, okay, whatever you want from me, I'll give you. He said, okay, I only want you to give me rice. So take the chessboard and on the first square, put 1 grain of rice. And in the next square, you have to put double. And in the next square, double. And there are 64 boxes in a chessboard. So the king soon ran out of grain. In the whole kingdom, there was not enough grains to put on the chessboard. You know why? Because first it is 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64, then 128. And if you keep going on like this, soon the numbers become in millions and millions. You have to do it for 64 steps and it will become very, very big. Okay. And compounding is also like this. If if you have, this story is there that, if you, okay, I'll tell you, like compounding is like this. People who invest in mutual funds, let's say you start investing 10,000 rupees per month in mutual fund, and you do this for 10 years. Okay. And the return, the interest, the ROI rate is 15% year on year, 15%. Okay. Year on year. Do you know how much money you will have? Guess how much money you will have. You are just investing 10,000 rupees every month. After 10 years, how much money will you have? At 15% interest, 15% interest or growth rate, whatever you call. Interest you won't get 15%, but from a good equity investment you can get 15%. So year on year in 10 years. Okay, what do you think it will be? Okay, take a guess, guys. Just guess a random number, no problem. Guess to karo. Chat in the chat, write in the chat. Round about a crore. No, it will be around 30 lakhs in 10 years. But if I do the same thing for 20 years, how much money will it be? 10,000 every month, but not for 10 years now. I do it for 20 years. How much money will it be? Guess. Guess quickly. 1 crore, somebody is saying. It will be more than 1.5 crore in 20 years. Not 60 lakhs. It will be more than 1.8 crores. Because interest on interest on that, it grows. That is what is compound growth rate is. And I'm saying that audience and community is also like this. It compounds. Initially the growth is slow, but if you do it more over time, it randomly grows very fast. Okay. So you have to keep in mind that it's like compounding interest. You have to initially do all the hard work, but later on it will grow very fast. You must be willing to engage with people. Okay, very important. In community building, you have to be willing to engage with people. You have to go and interact with them. Quality of connection is more important than mere quantity. You're not trying to get mere quantity initially, especially. You have to focus on the quality of the connection. Add only ideal members of your audience to your social media. A lot of people, they do two mistakes. One extreme mistake is that some people don't add anybody. They're like, isko to main nahi janta hu. Why should I add him on my Facebook? Why should I add him on my LinkedIn? LinkedIn is not a place to add only the people you know personally. It is a good place to learn about people who you don't know yet. Okay. So, but that is one mistake. The other extreme mistake, some people, what they do is that they add anyone and everyone. Anyone and everyone. That is also very, very, very bad. It does not work that way. Add only the ideal members of your audience to the social media. So for example, who's your audience? For example, if you are a patent lawyer, maybe you're targeting scientists and patent executives, right? Executives of pharmaceutical companies. Sure, then they are your ideal members. And maybe also other patent lawyers, right? So you add only those people. Try to add those people on your social media and nobody else. Adding more people, irrelevant people, if you start adding people who are in family law, people who are in criminal law, it will backfire, it will not work, it will slow down the growth of your social media. It's not you will find harder to build community if you add irrelevant people. If you start adding computer engineers, it will not. If computer engineers who want patent, sure, then you can think that okay, computer engineers may be the right people, because some of these computer engineers are going to need patents. So focus on people who are relevant audience for you, not the other people. What is important here? Pick a niche and stick to it. Okay, take that area, then okay, patent, then patent, trademark, then trademark, copyright, then copyright, media law, media, okay, then media it is, right? Technology companies, then technology companies. Pick your niche. Biotechnology. Pick your niche and you have to stick to it. In most areas, you will see traction within 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year it will take to start seeing some initial traction. If you learn from what works and what does not work, because some things will work, some things will not at all work, you have to keep learning and evolving from that. Consistency is the key, because if you give up after 1 month, 2 months, nothing will happen. At least 6 months. At least 6 months. You have to build habits around creation, posting, and community engagement. You need to have habits. Every day you have a habit of posting. Every day you create content. Every day you learn. Every day you engage with people. Very, very important. You do not have to do this all the time. The other extreme mistake people do is that they either don't do it as a habit or they do it all day long. If you do 10 hours a day of this thing, it will not work. It is actually counterproductive. You have to do maximum 1 or 2 hours a day. But 1 or 2 hours a day, you have to give it. You are saying that, look, 1 hour, 2 hours a day, I give to building my track record. I'm not just saying 1 or 2 hours, you just spend entirely on social media. Content creation as well as posting, as well as engaging with other people. All of this, you can put a cap that every day I'll do this like a religion. I'll do it 2 hours every day. Within 6 months, your profile will transform. You'll have a lot of track record. You'll have a reputation. Okay, 2 hours a day for 6 months. If you do it and you actually learn from your mistakes and you keep evolving, I promise you, you can come and catch your collar if it doesn't happen. You will start seeing results. Some areas it will happen faster, some areas it will take longer, but it will happen. It is bound to happen. Okay, now tell me, who is a thought leader, guys? Who is a thought leader? Have you thought about it? Who is a thought leader? Ever thought of this? Who is a thought leader? You must have heard this word many times from many different people. But who is a thought leader? Person who inspire us, person who has a track record. Thought leader is basically somebody who is leading, pioneering in an area. Okay, new ideas are coming from him and getting spread. Only coming in, new ideas are not alone enough. I keep saying that, every time I go to the toilet, I have several new ideas. That does not matter. An idea never matters. What matters is execution. And also, is the idea spreading? Is the idea going from one person to another person? A thought leader is a person who is not only thought, not a thinker, right? Thought leader is able to disseminate that idea. Basically, he has a community. He has an ability to disseminate that idea. He has not only generating ideas, but spreading that idea. Is a thought leader. Okay. And if you are able to do that, it is amazing. Your life will change. Can you guess? Can you tell me what your life will look like? Everybody, I want you to take a minute and write down that if you are a thought leader, imagine you have done all these things we discussed, you have a habit and you do it for a year, you do it for 2 years, 3 years, and you're a thought leader. People, you are not only having thoughts, but your thoughts are spreading and impacting the world, impacting the practice, impacting policy, impacting stuff, right? How will your life look like if you become a thought leader? What would your practice look like? Will you like it? Will it be important for you? Will you enjoy that? Would you be looking for jobs, or will jobs come to you? People will want to hire you. You won't have to look for jobs. That's an example. Can you think of other things that will happen? If you become a thought leader, what will happen? People will start recognizing you. A person who can influence others' opinion, very good in the, right? But forget, you are thinking abstract. Think about yourself. Imagine, Pranav, you are a thought leader. Imagine that you are a thought leader. Close your eyes and imagine I'm a thought leader in this area. How amazing it will be, right? You will be an asset. People will want to work with you. People will want to be a part of your organization, right? It will be so good, right? It's a very different life. Most people will never experience this. You know why most people never experience this? It's wow, right? Jagannath is saying it's like wow. And that's what, when you close your eyes and you think, you will feel that wow, that this is what can be done. And you know why most people never get there? Because they do not develop the habit of creating content, disseminating content, and engaging with other people and building that community. Because they do not do it, they'll never succeed. They'll never experience being a thought leader. They'll never experience this. And this is what it takes. Right? You have to imagine. If you can imagine, you can achieve it. If you cannot imagine it, you cannot achieve it. You have to imagine. Not only you have to imagine it every day, then only you will be able to actually pursue this and try to make it happen. Right? Most people, many people who are even able to imagine this, they are not able to achieve it simply because they do not develop it as a habit. They look at this like a project. This is not a project. This is the habit. Only way this will ever happen is if it is a habit and not a project. Okay, this is the key thing in today's all of discussion. If you can start looking at it as a habit and you start trying to develop this habit, just like you have a habit of brushing your teeth, if you develop this habit, then you will succeed to become a thought leader. If you look at it like a project, you will never become a thought leader. Okay. So how can we help you in 𝘆𝘁 with this, right? I'm sure you guys want to know. So do you want to know how can we help you in 𝘆𝘁 with this? Okay, great. So I'll tell you how we can help you. Okay. First of all, we train you to create content. So if you are a part of 𝘆𝘁, any of the premium courses, you'll have to write articles, publish, you have to do a lot of assignments. You'll have to, anybody are doing a course with us who is present here, please tell in the chat how often you have to create content if you're a part of our course, right? All the time you have to, one part is learning. So that is taken care of. You're learning a lot of new things every week as a matter of fact. Okay. But do you have to create content as a part of the course? Do you get assignments? Do you have to write articles every month? Have you created content? What is your experience? Do you get feedback on that content on how to improve it? Anybody here? Anybody? There's no students here who was doing a course for long enough. Kshitij, I think you have recently joined. But have you created any content yet, Kshitij, since you have joined? Anybody else who is doing any course for at least 3-4 months? Who can tell me? Nihita just joined. Enrolled in Master Access and TAMU 2 weeks back. Okay, nobody here who's doing it for 2-3 months, right? Okay, I'll tell you. If you every month you have to write articles if you're doing a 𝘆𝘁 course. Not only that, every day almost we have classes and feedback sessions on writing. So you can get your feedback almost any day from our experts on how to make your articles better, publish. Okay. Now we train you to create content, and not only that, you are drafting agreements, you're coming up with strategies all the time. So we are always training you to create content, which is why you will see a lot of people posting content from our courses on LinkedIn, and we encourage you to post on social media. We'll give you cutting edge knowledge that will make you sought after. So anyway, see, if you don't have knowledge, what I said, that you cannot, the content you create won't be good. Your knowledge determines what kind of content you create. Okay. So when you are creating content, are you consuming good content? We'll take care of that. We'll give you the cutting edge knowledge, like you can see from this session, right? You cannot get access to content of this standard. I don't think anybody in the legal industry does this. Okay. We're giving it out for free, and there is much better content inside our courses, 100 times better content. Okay. And give you cutting edge knowledge that will make you sought after. Those who are already enrolled, you will also see this. Okay, you might be already started noticing the kind of knowledge you're getting from the course. Okay, we'll give you a ready-made platform that will otherwise take you years to build. So we can fast forward the entire process of creating the community. How? For example, we can invite you on a webinar if you have something good to share on 𝘆𝘂𝗶𝗶. Imagine the exposure you'll get from there. We can invite you, if you make a nice video, you can upload it on our 𝘆𝘶𝗂 YouTube channel. You will get massive exposure from there. If you write a good article, we'll publish it on, obviously it has to be at least of a certain quality, otherwise you won't. But if you write a good article, we'll publish it on iPreader's blog and it will give you access to a massive audience, right? So there are all of these things which you can, it gives you a ready-made platform that you can start building your track record much faster than others. Okay. The other thing is that you will find your tribe in 𝘆𝘶𝗂. As you can see that other people who are having the same, how many people right now at 10:30 p.m. in the evening in the world will be thinking about how to become thought leaders, how to create content, how to disseminate content? Not too many people, right? And you are here, you are doing it. So, and there are, maybe 30, 40 people who are doing this, right? So you are one of a kind, and you will find thousands of other people like this when you are on 𝘆𝘶𝗂. You'll be able to connect with them, people with the same kind of dream, same kind of ambition, and that way you will be finding it easier to build your community. Okay. Now Rishabh, he has a question. Likewise, what I want to say is, suppose the fee is 30,000 and I cannot bear it in one go, but it is an area of my interest. How can I opt for it? Please look into those people into the account as well. So I have two things to say. Okay. Number one, imagine the amount of free content we are giving, right? On iPreader's blog or over here. We are ready to support you, right? We are already sharing so much free content. If you are smart enough, you will be able to, even if you implement 10% of it, even if you start implementing 10% of it, you will be able to figure out some things and start earning some money, right? Maybe you'll be able to earn 5,000 per month, 10,000 per month, but you will be able to do something. Okay. So that is very important. Start earning something, start doing something, start implementing something. Beyond that, see, obviously, good things cost money, right? Things don't, I also have to run a company. There are almost 100 people working in 𝘆𝘶𝗂 to pay everyone a salary. They also have a dream that I want to get a good salary, right? So what mistake have they done? They are doing good work. They should get paid good money. Now, there is a necessity that we have to charge something, but I always ensure this, that if somebody is enrolling in a course, they should get 10 times more value. So if you are spending 30,000, within 1 year, you should get at least 3 lakhs value out of it. That is my principle that I've always followed from day one. And this is what I tell everyone, that if you're selling something, the other person, whoever takes it, can get 100 times also, but at least 10 times more value. It should be possible to take. Some people don't take it. Some people won't attend classes. They're lazy. I can't do anything about that. Okay. But the idea is that they should be able to at least give them the opportunity, right? Okay. So, but yeah, you can reach out. We'll see, like, if somebody has a problem, there are many ways, right? You can go and earn some 5, 10,000, 20,000. It's possible. The other thing is that if you're not able to bear the cost, you can always take a loan. We have tied up with Bajaj Finance. They are giving loans. So if you qualify for the loan, if you're, one way you will not get the loan is that if you have a really bad credit score or something, you've taken some loan before from a bank, did not pay it, or you did not, honor some checks, then it might, maybe your credit score is bad. Otherwise, you might be able to actually get it. You might be able to get that, loan, and then you can do. And many people who are doing our courses, within 1 month, 2 months, they start earning money and they are able to then pay and earn much more and pay whatever installment, whatever, right? So that is how so many people have bought our course by paying one installment, and they do not have money for the second installment, but they go and earn and start earning and pay the second installment. Okay, very important, on 28th of November, right? That is how many days left. Today is, I think, 26 or 27. Today is 26. So in 2 days, I have a
mega workshop on IP law career. Okay, that will be happening from 6 to 9 p.m. Do not miss at any cost. Make sure you're joining that. I will quickly share the link with all of you. Just a moment. Oh, I remember. It's very easy.
It is 𝘆CIKO.com/IP workshop, right? /IP workshop. So if you type 𝘆CIKO.com/IP workshop, then you will be able to find it and you will be able to register there. Okay, I'll share it over here too. Just a moment. So you guys can register here, 𝘆CIKO.com/IP workshop. Okay, Kapil is here. Hi Kapil, you had done a webinar on NLP on 𝘆CIKO platform. You can watch this. It's a very good webinar. Definitely watch it, guys. Okay, so I have shared 𝘆CIKO.com/IP workshop. You can go here and you can register for the workshop. Do not miss it. I am really excited about this workshop. You are going to love it. I promise you. You're going to really enjoy it. Okay. Another thing is that you have to be on our IP WhatsApp group. How many of you are on our IP community? Are you there on our IP WhatsApp community? Anyone? You're not? Okay. So if you are not, then you must join. I am going to share the link. Can somebody help me by sharing the link in the group for everyone? I am also looking. It just might take me a moment. IPR community link. If you have the link, please share. Yep, I found the group link. Copy link. Okay, whoever is not in this group yet, please immediately join. I have shared the link. Okay, I'm sharing the link in the group chat in YouTube also. Whoever is watching, if you're interested in IP law, if you want to make a career in IP law, if you already have a career in IP law and you want to learn the latest trend, the best of the IPR information from us, then definitely join that group. Okay. Okay. So before I go, I want some feedback today. How did you like today's session? Did you benefit from today's session? Did you learn something new? Is there something you want me to cover in the future? Some new topic that you are really want to know about? Something you really have a big question about? If you have any questions, happy to answer that as well. But please, I want your feedback. I want your suggestions. Okay, what other topic will you like me to cover? What problems are you facing in your life? Habit not project is the key. Yes, remember that. Habit not project is the key. Farhan Rizvi is asking, boutique IP law firms, Strota Legal. I'll look up your law firm, Farhan. Definitely I'll look it up. Very nice. Shivangi Das, which field in IPR is the highest paying job? Again, like, a lot of work. Patent pays really well. IP trademark disputes pay really well. So many examples. IP law pays pretty well. IP disputes pay the maximum money. Patent litigation, trademark litigation pays the best money. Complex patent litigation pays a lot of money. Why you said in the rising field in present time? So why is this not helping act? It is helping. I don't know what you're saying. Rishabh is saying, unless NLU, Nalsar and other top-notch law college. Rishabh, read this book I have written. It's called How to Do 10x Better Than NLU Graduates. How non-NLU graduates can 10x better than NLU graduates. I'll share the link with you right now. Just a moment. It's a free ebook. You can just download and read this. Here you go. Okay, I have a request to all of you. I'm going to share with you my tweet. I want to stay in touch with all of you, right? It should not be that, you really like the session. That's great. But, I would love to keep in touch with all of you. Make sure you follow me on Twitter here. I'll follow you back. If I forget to follow you back, you can always remind me by tweeting at me. But the idea is that let's stay connected on Twitter. And also the amazing thing that happens when you connect with me on Twitter is that you can actually message me. You can send me direct messages. So if you have any questions later that you want to ask me, or maybe you need some clarification, maybe whatever problem, you can reach out to me through Twitter in that case. So definitely follow me on Twitter. Let's stay connected on Twitter. I use Twitter a lot, and also Twitter is a great place for you to build your community, no matter what topic it is, from with the lawyers all around the world. So definitely highly recommend that you create your Twitter account if you have not, and definitely stay in touch with me on Twitter. Looking forward to be connected with all of you. You can follow me on LinkedIn as well. I won't be able to add you because I have too many connections on LinkedIn already. I cannot accept new connections. So I'll request you to follow me, and you can message me to follow you back, and I'll follow you back on LinkedIn, but I cannot add you as a connection on LinkedIn. All right, great. So, but Twitter is my social media of preference and choice. So stay connected with me on Twitter, right? Thank you, Pasha. I'll also follow you back. If we purchase a course, for how many years will we get placement support for your company, from your company? So normally we keep supporting our students. There are students who have finished our course 3 years, 4 years back also. We continue to support them. But we do not know if we will do that forever. But our first preference are the people who are currently studying something. But if you are thinking that I'm a first year student, if I enroll now, will I get placement support when I graduate? The thing is that, what is the brilliant thing is that if you join us in a first year, probably you will not even need our help when you're in 5th year. Because you will become so capable yourself. You will build your own network. You will know how to do what. You will do good internships. So you may not, on your own, you will be able to get a job. That is the best situation, right? Where you don't even need our help to get the job. And that is our goal also. Okay. Can we expect for at least 2 years after the course get completed? Right now, like I said, we keep giving it to our alumni also. All our alumni, even people who have finished courses much long before. So you can expect that. There is no problem. Because when our alumni succeed, most of our alumni, they are going to their organizations, and then those companies are buying courses in bulk from us for all the other lawyers. Why will we not support you? We want you to succeed. We are with you. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. What types of posts should we post on daily basis on LinkedIn? Create knowledge in your area of expertise. If you choose trademark law, learn new things about trademark law. Write what is new that is happening. Knowledge creation. Then post that. Look at what are the other trademark lawyers posting. What are they talking about? What are they excited about? Even that will give you some clue on what to write, what to post. Better on, because you want to build a community around that specific subject. It's easier. So if you try to build on everything, you'll never end up building a community. So it is better to do a specific. Remember 𝘁𝗁𝗿𝗁, how he easily built, because he took one area, he was able to build quickly. Assignment site is not opening. Satish, there is such a large support team. Please comment, reach out to the support team, right? They'll help you within 24 hours. Don't tell me I can't fix it. Write to support@LawSikho.in. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow again, and definitely block your time for 28/6 to 9. Make sure you are free and register. All right. All right. Take care, everyone.